everyone, good morning. So this video is going to be video game related objects, tapping and scratching and some whispering. I'm really excited because this is now being recorded on a better memory card with my Canon T3i camera. So the sound and video quality should both be HD. So I hope this is a vast improvement from the sound and video quality I was getting from my phone when I was recording my videos with my Samsung Galaxy S3. So I hope there isn't really any background white fuzzy noise, and I hope this picks up all of the sounds and textures and everything really nicely. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know what you think of the quality and the content, obviously. But so it's Monday morning. I'm just having some coffee before I go to work, and I thought I would test out my Canon with the new memory card. So here we are. I mentioned that this is going to be a video game related video. There's quite a few gamers out there in the ASMR community. I'm one of them. I've been playing video games since I was 5. If you saw one of my previous videos, I briefly went over, I remember being really small and watching my older brother play a bunch of different games on the original NES. In elementary school, I would go over my friend Oren's house and we would play on his Commodore 64, just to date myself. And I think my family had the Odyssey, which is a very old gaming system around the time of Atari. A lot of people, I don't think too many people know about the Odyssey. It wasn't as popular as Atari, but I know my parents had gotten one for my brother and sister. I grew up with the Sega Genesis, and I never had a Super Nintendo, unfortunately, but I still have my Nintendo 64, which is actually it's actually right there. My controllers are over there, but sorry. Get out of here. My kitty insists on being in every video. He's a ham. Okay. So right now I'm wearing this shirt is actually part of my costume from my character from Fallout New Vegas. His name is Craig Boone, and he's a potential companion that you can partner up with, and he'll follow you and help you fight as you make your way across the Mojave. So this is the shirt I wear in the game. He actually wears just a very nondescript grayish white shirt, but I thought it would be cool to get a shirt that had the radioactive symbol on it. It's very weathered. Somebody actually made this and sold it on Etsy. They have a whole range of shirts, all different colors. Really, really cool guy. I think it was a guy. So this is my Craig Boone shirt. But I'll be tapping and scratching on some objects from my cosplays and some other game-related items and collectibles. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna take a quick sip of coffee. Okay. So the first thing, I love this game so much. So if anyone's familiar with this series, it's a if you do take a path of being evil and killing everyone and everything, it's very, very profitable and very fun. So don't feel guilty. Give it a try. Let me take the slipcover off. I always like the sound that gaming cases made. I'm gonna try to tap on this very lightly. This isn't really focusing, but this is New Vegas. So New Vegas is actually run by this old guy named Mr. House. They call him Not at Home, which I think is kind of cool, but you can align yourself with him. You can align yourself with, you can actually join some of these factions. There's also the Legion. Legion is very evil. They're modeled after Caesar's Legion, well, the original Roman Empire. And they are a bunch of slavers. They trade slaves. They're brutal. They randomly kill members of their own warriors, constantly whipping them into shape, into these crazy bloodthirsty soldiers. So I finally aligned myself with Legion. I was kind of agility, all of those factors that regulate how you damage, how you dish out damage, and how fast you are, and how you perceive things around you. Those all get negatively impacted. So, in hardcore mode, you also get plus 10 sleep deprivation, plus 15 sleep deprivation, and plus 10 dehydration. So it actually, you're getting health points, or hit points back, but it's also affecting the quota of sleep and thirst that you have. So it's a very neat, kind of interesting. I prefer hardcore mode because it makes the game a lot more challenging. Okay, maybe not a lot, but it is a little bit more realistic when you think about it. So these are Mentats, and I believe they give you, okay, I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this, but I believe it's plus 5 intelligence and plus 5 perception. It's temporary, but this is a box of the Mentats. It's kind of loud. Now what's nice is when you open this, so I'm going to try to open this nice and quietly, but it's not very quiet, huh? Okay. There's actually some bottle caps in here. So, Sunset Sarsaparilla, or Sarsaparilla, not really sure how to pronounce it. This is in Fallout New Vegas. This is kind of like Nuka-Cola. It's got similar properties. It gives you plus 2 hit points for 25 seconds. And you get a bottle cap once you drink the actual beverage. So, it's money. In hardcore mode, you get plus 5 sleep deprivation from drinking a Sunset Sarsaparilla. And this is interesting because it's a blue Nuka-Cola cap. They're usually red, but kind of neat. Okay, so the video is probably going to cut out again. It seems to give me about 10 minutes before shutting off, so sorry about that. This is probably going to be creepy too, I'm so sorry. I hope you still find this video relaxing. This is my Borderlands Psycho Bandit mask. I love this so much. At most of the conventions I go to these days, I'm a Borderlands Psycho Bandit. I actually got this mask. It was a blank white mold. There was no detailing. It was all white. No paint. There was no straps, no lights. I did all the detailing, and I had a very good friend who's actually a Ghostbuster, an amazing Ghostbuster. He helped me with the soldering for the lights. But, so I did all the painting, the detailing. I riveted the straps. This is the back. I cut out a piece of a towel and put it in there to absorb sweat, which is kind of gross and dirty. And this little wiring system with the battery, it's actually taken from a tea light. And then my friend had wires that we soldered and glued in. And these are little $4 LEDs from Radio Shack. The thing is, because they're red, they're really so they don't come out in most of my pictures, but that's okay. In the actual game, he has blue. His eyes are lit up blue. Okay, it stopped recording again at 12 minutes, as I expected. Sorry about that. I gotta figure out why it's doing that. I thought I put in red LEDs because I thought that looked a lot more creepy and evil. So every character I cosplay, I kind of do a little twist, like Boone. Boone has a plain, dirty, gray t-shirt. I thought this would be a nice, cool little touch that's still kind of within the Fallout realm. So yeah, he actually has blue eyes. But okay. So I'm gonna do one more object, and then I'll just show you something cool I have. So this isn't really exciting. It's a knee pad from my Psycho Bandit, who's actually chilling right there. It's me. I love this dude, but he looks kind of silly. I don't know. They made his pants a little too wide, I think. I don't know. It just looks kind of funny. But I have a really for their flamethrower, and they will set you on fire. Rest assured. And I even made a little proximity mine. I still have to paint it green, but so he's cute. I love him. So there's actually a human welded inside of this, which makes it all the more morbid. And then he's got a conical drill on his right arm. This is the back. I'm not really done yet. Still have more painting and detailing to do, and then I have to finish the wiring over his helmet, where his helmet goes. But and real quick, the last thing. So my ultimate cosplay goal is a Brotherhood of Steel power armor suit of armor. So I am just gonna sculpt this kind of as a fun project because I love Fallout, obviously, and as a model, so that when I'm actually building my armor, I can reference this. So this is really all I have, but got a little bit of detailing, the mask, and a shoulder pad. But my video is probably going to end up cutting out again in a few moments, so I'll take this opportunity to say thank you for watching, and I love you guys. You're awesome. Please keep the feedback and comments coming. I'll probably be making a video a week, and I'm going to figure out why this memory card is being a pain in the butt. But hopefully the sound and video quality are better in this. And I hope you guys have an awesome week, and thank you so much for watching.